Ortega, a learner who has had the privilege of belonging to this wonderful graduating class of 2022. And for the last 4 years, we found this building to be our home, where others might have simply glanced over it. While many naturally associate home with a physical structure or a place, it is much more than that. Ideally, it is where we feel safe, where we know we care about the people we're with and that they care about us, where we find relaxation and that we know that we are loved. It's knowing that we live in the home of the Lord forever, as the 23rd Psalm puts it. In other words, home is more than a place of just residence. It's the presence of comfort and rest. It's where you feel at peace and where everything is pleasant, harmonious, and just the way you would like it. And I can reassure you that walking every day through the double doors of the office, hanging out with my senior class, all 20 of us, the feeling of home and all those characteristics I mentioned are present. Present in the way that we laughed, cried, danced, sang, shouted, tried not to fall asleep during class, and so much more. To be more specific, it's like when we screamed and chased after the Easter Bunny for a class picture, when we played scatterball every steam block instead of working on our research science project, having floor time after chapel, begging to play Just Dance after a financial literacy class, running for our lives at Not Scary Farm, and totally rethinking our decision of even coming in the first place, filming the weirdest and funniest movies known to man, and being the most energetic class during opening blocks, spirit weeks, and school dances. And of course, having so many picnics, beach days, Bible studies, that we never wanted to end. This is what home has felt like. It's also where we planted roots inside of our friends and community. To be more specific, we spent our senior year giving back and serving the underclassmen, just as our upperclassmen did to us, through affirmation, constant encouragement, and being a shoulder to lean and cry on. We wanted to create a space for others to be safe, to be themselves, and to know that they are loved. But as the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, nor was this positive community that we are in right now. With all great things, it took time and it took patience. It took intentional effort in creating a home within our class and a unified community here at CCHS. Home for the last 4 years was where you could find lights when all goes dark, where we could be ourselves and true to ourselves and others in authenticity, and have moments of deep connection and a lot of enjoyable moments. Every single one of us poured our hearts into creating this welcoming environment by allowing ourselves to be open and vulnerable. And because of that, it resulted in one of the best 4 years of my life, and all of ours included. With that being said, as valedictorian, I challenge you, my senior class, to bring this sense of home with you, and to continue planting acts of love into whatever space you end up in. Because as we move on to college and start planning our own successful future, it is naturally become busy and preoccupied, and we may even be tempted to start cheating on the important things in life. It is difficult to love when we're not present. Though when you come before God in his throne, he will not ask you how much money you make. He's not going to ask, were you successful, were you wealthy, or even a famous person. He'll ask, did you love? Did you come to love me, and did you come to learn to love others? Scripture informs us that we must have the right foundation if we want to harness this sense of home. Proverbs 24:3 says, through godly wisdom, a life, a home, and a family is built. And through understanding, it is established on a sound foundation. When you make God the basis of your life by accepting Christ's work on the cross and choosing to live your life according to his word, then home is available to us, known as the kingdom of heaven. For us standing on the stage, home is where you all are sitting. Home is where I'm speaking from, and home is what we should continue to build in fulfilling God's command of loving him and loving others. And as we say our last goodbyes, I would like to say one last thing to my senior class and to CCHS. There is always a time when we must let go. Sometimes we have friends, relationships, places, and moments of time that are seasonal, no matter how much they mean to us. There's a time to move on, a time to let go, and regardless of that letting go, I would like to let you all know that you all are going to feel a little bit like home to me. No matter where life takes us, it is still so beautiful that I got to call so many hearts, your hearts, my home. And with that, keep that same sense of home with you. Remember to continue to love so that we all can experience and be a part of bringing the kingdom of heaven here on earth. Thank you.